tiny hand points straight at 8 on the kitchen wall, while falling leaves begin to paint the garden small. I sit and picture 20 years from this exact place, when I forget your name and cannot trace your face. That is the hour I will ask the nurse who walks the floor if someone tall used to knock upon our screen door. They will wheel my chair right past the yellow telephone, where we used to argue softly when we were alone. I will search the corridor for your blue sweater sleeve, trying to remember why you had to pack and leave. A paper cup of lukewarm broth sits on the tray. The autumn rain is washing all the glass away. I wonder if your wrinkles grew just deep as mine, or if you stayed forever 30, looking fine. Memory is a stubborn thief that takes the silver spoons, leaving empty afternoons and cold, forgotten moons. And if I slip away before the clock strikes 9, I hope you are the last sweet thought inside of mine. That green matchbook from the diner by the pier sits right beside your empty cup of tea. I count the little sulfur heads that disappear, and wonder if you left them here for me. The yellow wallpaper is peeling near the floor, just like it did 30 winters ago. You didn't slam the wooden screen, you didn't ask what either of us meant. You took the gray umbrella from the hall and let the hallway keep your winter scent. We traded promises across the garden gate, believing neither heart would drift or break. Now 60 miles of gravel road divide the simple vows we never meant to shake, while evening turns the maple leaves to slate and leaves the final supper for my plate. The radio is playing something slow and sweet, a clarinet that wobbles on the groove. I hear the neighbors pick up idling down the street, too stubborn in my rocking chair to move. I trace the gold leaf faded on the porcelain rim, where 30 years of quiet dinners went. You never liked a long goodbye. You always said the packing should be fast. You left your garden shears beside the fence and trusted me to sweep away the past. We traded promises across the garden gate, believing neither heart would drift or break. Now 60 miles of gravel road divide the simple vows we never meant to shake, while evening turns the maple leaves to slate and leaves the final supper for my plate. If I strike one across the sandpaper seam, the tiny spark will vanish in the air. I cannot warm a drafty house on smoke, or speak to someone who is nowhere there. We traded promises across the garden gate, believing neither heart would drift or break. Now 60 miles of gravel road divide the simple vows we never meant to shake, while evening turns the maple leaves to slate and leaves the final supper for my plate. I close the paper flap and put the matchbook down. The porch light flickers on along the lane. A sparrow settles on the cedar post. I pull the kitchen curtain shut against the rain. A delivery truck downshifts on the corner below, grating iron wheels against the curb. You drop your silver keyring in the wooden bowl, sitting stiff without a single word. 16 years of laundry folded on the cedar chest, left behind like nothing in the hall. You do not have to pack away his sweater yet. You do not have to answer every call. Hang your heavy raincoat right beside the radio. Let the kettle whistle on the flame. People fall apart in houses everyone admires, leaving only quiet on the window pane. We will sit right here until the evening settles down. The mail carrier slams the iron gate down the block, dropping circulars you will not read. I brought the lemon cookies from the corner store. fingers tapping gently in the draft. You used to think the silence meant an argument. It is only space to build a different path. Hang your heavy raincoat right beside the radio. Let the kettle whistle on the flame. People fall apart in houses everyone admires, leaving only quiet on the window pane. We will sit right here until the evening settles down. Nobody prepares you for the way a hallway feels when someone takes their winter boots away. The floorboards make a sound you never heard before, counting every hour of the day. Take my hand and drink the tea while it is hot. I will lock the deadbolt when the street lights shine. Leave the bedroom light off for the night. You are not alone in this unpainted room. We will find a way to make it right. The smell of scorched sugar hangs heavy in the hallway, where Arthur still stands in his cardigan gray. He stares at the wallpaper, fading with age, and turns back the clock like a dog-eared page. Across town in the flat above the hardware store, Clara sits listening against the oak door. She holds the green teacup he bought in Madrid and wonders what stays when the memories are hid. He left half a peach on the peeling blue table. She tore up the ticket to take the last train. They crossed out their names from the old leasing gable and washed every summer away in the rain. 34 autumns have come to the square since both of them promised to bury despair. Now mail sits unread by the latch on the sill, and houses divided stay stubbornly still. The kettle grows quiet and water turns cold. Two separate stories left half finished and old. They look at the sunset from opposite shores, with heavy brass keys for unlocatable doors. A stray thought broke the quiet in the hall about the way your coat hung on the wall. 10 years of boots lined up beside the door. Now dust motes settle on the hardwood floor. The kitchen clock ticks loud against the pane. I watch the silver tracks of falling rain. Your favorite porcelain mug sits on the shelf. I poured a cup and drank it by myself. We packed the cardboard boxes in the night without a single argument or fight. Just quiet hands that folded cotton seams and let go of our parallel old dreams. I found a photograph behind the stove from that small cabin in the cedar grove. We smiled so hard our eyes were nearly closed before the bitter winter softly froze. The milk has turned and sunset paints the trees. I lock the front door tight against the breeze. I walk away and leave the porch light dim, and finally forgive the fading whim. Where does the heat go when the radiator cools down? I ask the parlor rug, but rugs don't make a sound. Your woolen slippers wait beside the wooden chair. 2 faded navy heels that nobody will wear. I count the floral squares along the paper seam, drifting from a teacup right into an older dream. The milk is almost turning sweet. A car rolls down our quiet street. I think of how you held my hand before we had to understand. The mantel clock was wound in June to chime until the spring, while winter settled on the porch and covered everything. You packed a leather suitcase while the supper kettle cried, and neither of us blamed the snow that kept the world outside. Now 40 years of gentle talk dissolve at 8:05. Did we ever return the neighbor's garden shears? The mind just wanders off through 47 years. I check the pocket watch, then wipe my spectacles. A pigeon lands outside upon the windowsills. The copper burner hums, or maybe that's the train rolling through the valley in the April drizzle rain. First you summer, then you like the falling leaves. Then we spent in autumn mending yellow woolen sleeves. Every little corner holds a piece of what you said, floating past the hallway to the pillows on the bed. The mantel clock was wound in June to chime until the spring, while winter settled on the porch and covered everything. You packed a leather suitcase while the supper kettle cried, and neither of us blamed the snow that kept the world outside. Now 40 years of gentle talk dissolve at 8:05. I blow the matchstick out before the sulfur burns my thumb. The parlor settles quietly as evening shadows come. I set your saucer down and lock the heavy front storm door. Some questions never find an answer anymore. The weight of the chair leaves a mark on the rug, a room that is much too wide for one mug. You're crying over letters you haven't mailed yet, afraid of the person you're going to get. I wish I could tell you the storms will all pass. The cracks that you see are just dust on the glass. That coat that you wear keeps out very small chill, and time has a way of standing dead still. We held on to pictures that faded to gray, convinced that tomorrow would pay for today. You packed up your bags for a train in the rain, not knowing that leaving is part of the pain. The laughter we traded for silence and pride was hiding the places we needed to hide. Look at your hands, they are steady and warm. They learned how to weather the worst of the storm. So sit by the window and finish your tea. You turned out much kinder than you hoped to be. The years are a river that learned how to bend, and love finds a quiet way home in the end. dusty amber glow fills the empty booth, where strangers sit and stir their tea. You look across and ask about the weather, as if the rain had washed away our history. I almost told you how your eyes still haunt my nights, before I swallowed back the foolish words. We trade small talk beneath the broken ceiling fan, while 20 years dissolve inside a paper cup. You never guessed the ring I wore belongs to you, and I pretend your silence doesn't hurt. The waitress wipes the counter near the frosted glass and leaves a check we never planned to pay. You mention passing through this town on business now, while I am packing up the house we used to stay. Your coat is thrown across the vinyl chair, the same as when you walked right out and closed the door. We trade small talk beneath the broken ceiling fan, while 20 years dissolve inside a paper cup. You never guessed the ring I wore belongs to you, and I pretend your silence doesn't hurt. The afternoon slips softly into fading gray. We stand and shake our hands like passing friends. You turn the corner down the busy avenue and leave me holding all the things we left unsaid. You said yesterday the rain was ending soon, while tapping fingers on the porcelain spoon. We watched the neighborhood cat cross the stone, and neither one of us admitted being alone. A button fell from your cardigan to the floor. It rolled across the linoleum toward the door. The mailman dropped a circular in the slot. We kept on talking about things we quite forgot. Old photographs are fading on the cedar shelf. I put away the folding bed and by myself I turn the kitchen calendar to next month's page and realized we were drifting off the grand stage. The silence sitting in the hallway feels too wide, with nowhere left for either of us now to hide. I boiled the feel this quiet pain. Worn herringbone feels heavy in my palm, a pocket lined with silver satin calm. You wore this gray wool jacket in the snow before we had to learn which way to go. I traced the frayed seam near the hem and wonder what became of them. That station bench was freezing in the dark. We missed the final train past Central Park. You handed me your scarf to keep me warm while we stood waiting out the midnight storm. A loose brown thread is dangling from the cuff. We thought our simple vows were quite enough. The attic smells of cedar and old pine, where boxes hold the days that once were mine. I turn the heavy fabric round and round without a single word or weeping sound. That station bench was freezing in the dark. We missed the final train past Central Park. You handed me your scarf to keep me warm while we stood waiting out the midnight storm. Time takes the color from the wool and leaves the quiet living room too full. I fold the sleeves the way you used to do and press the collar down, remembering you. I place the jacket back upon the wood and leave it where it always hung and stood. The empty hallway keeps the winter chill, while every folded pocket loves you still. A wooden hand points sideways at the tin, while dinner dishes clatter in the sink. I picture 50 winters from right then and wonder what my older heart will think. Your favorite chair will sit beside the stove, its knitted cushion faded by the light. I trace the rings of coffee we approved and watch the sparrows settle for the night. Time but 50 years will pass in half a breeze. Will you still remember dancing on the floor when our knees refused to bend toward the door? I will look for silver strands beside your face and thank the quiet room for keeping our sweet place. The grandchildren will visit on a Sunday afternoon and ask about the radio we bought in June. They will run outside before the sun is down, while we sit and watch the sleepy little town. And when the kitchen clock finally chimes alone, I'll know our scattered years were safely sown. I will reach across the linen tablecloth for you and whisper that I always knew. There's a copper penny resting by the salt. You dropped it right beside the napkin ring. I stare at it and wonder whose polite default it was to walk away without a single thing. The tea is lukewarm in my heavy mug. The kitchen clock is ticking on the wall. You packed the small sedan before the church bells rang and left your quiet signature upon the counter space. I watch the gravel scatter out across the lane, while 30 autumns vanished in a puff of smoke. We traded promises to dodge the coming rain. Then neither one of us was laughing when we spoke. You took the road toward the southern county line and left this quiet kitchen purely mine. Your gardening gloves are dry upon the shelf behind the jars of peaches from July. I find myself conversing with my silent self about the proper way an honest heart should try. The yellow wallpaper is peeling near the door, right where your shoulder brushed it yesterday. The radio is drifting through the parlor hall, playing a tune from when we danced in town. I watch the gravel scatter out across the lane, while 30 autumns vanished in a puff of smoke. We traded promises to dodge the coming rain. Then neither one of us was laughing when we spoke. You took the road toward the southern southern county line and left this quiet kitchen purely mine. Nobody slammed a gate or threw a wedding band. We simply ran out of polite remarks to make. I let my fingers trace the linoleum stand and counted every gentle rule we chose to break. I watched the gravel scatter out across the lane while 30 autumns vanished in a puff of smoke. We traded promises to dodge the coming rain. Then neither one of us was laughing when we spoke. You took the road toward the southern county line and left this quiet kitchen purely mine. I picked the penny up and put it in my coat. I shut the cupboard door and turned the deadbolt key. There is no need to write another bitter note when evening settles down on what is left of me. The baker's rolling shutter clatters halfway down the block. You stare into your lap and listen closely to the clock. I know she took the winter coat and closed the heavy door and left an empty hanger swinging silent by the floor. You do not have to speak a word to prove that you are brave. There is no proper way to lose the better half you gave. The room is quiet now, the kitchen table clear. I brought the yellow tin of tea you favored every year. A sudden quiet settles where two voices used to blend, while autumn sweeps the cedar leaves around the river bend. You built a cozy harbor that was battered by the tide, so let the grief run honest and have nothing left to hide. The city carries forward, though your world has come undone. A taxi cab accelerates and splashes through the drain. You wonder if she reached the junction station in the rain. I see your fingers tracing round the pattern on the cloth, like someone trying gently to revive a fallen moth. We shared 20 summers here when everything was sweet, and friendship stays when romance turns to dust upon the street. The radiator clicks and warms the hallway floor. You will not have to face this heavy evening alone anymore. A sudden quiet settles where two voices used to blend, while autumn sweeps the cedar leaves around the river bend. You built a cozy harbor that was battered by the tide. So let the grief run honest and have nothing left to hide. The city carries forward, though your world has come undone. Take down her silver picture frame and set it in the drawer, not out of bitter anger, just to soften up the floor. We will not rush the healing while the weather turns to frost. A true companion tallies up the value, not the cost. A sudden quiet settles where two voices used to blend, while autumn sweeps the cedar leaves around the river bend. You built a cozy harbor that was battered by the tide. So let the grief run honest and have nothing left to hide. The city carries forward, though your world has come undone. The kettle starts to whistle on the iron stove at last. I pour a steaming cup for you and let the shadow pass. We have nowhere to run tonight, no promises to keep. Just stay right in this wooden chair until you fall asleep. Burnt cherry wood smoke drifts across the gravel driveway, a scent that carries 40 autumns in the air. Arthur hangs his raincoat by the parlor doorway and pulls a single saucer to the wicker chair. The copper kettle whistles on the iron stove, while shadows stretch along the garden and the grove. He found her letter folded by the pantry shelf. She didn't write in sorrow, only quiet grace. She said a woman needs to rediscover self before the winter freezes every open space. Clara caught the westbound engine through the valley low, left the gingham curtains tied in tidy yellow bows, paid the corner grocer for the milk and wheat, walked into the twilight on her own 2 feet, leaving 30 peaceful winters in the falling snow. He rakes the fallen leaves along the picket fence and trims the brittle branches where the roses grew. He never speaks of heartbreak or the consequence. He simply does the chores he always used to do. Her floral patterned cardigan remains upstairs, folded in the cedar chest beneath the stairs. The postman asks if Clara ever sent a line. Old Arthur nods and tells him that she she found a town where ocean water sparkles in the summer shine, and red geraniums come tumbling upside down. Clara caught the westbound engine through the valley low, left the gingham curtains tied in tidy yellow bows, paid the corner grocer for the milk and wheat, walked into the twilight on her own 2 feet, leaving 30 peaceful winters in the falling snow. Some parted ways with thunder in the pouring rain, some let their love decay into a bitter fight. They shared a pot of coffee and embraced the pain, then walked together quietly into the night. No hurried vows were broken on that platform track, just 2 kind hearts agreeing not to wander back. He bolts the cellar hatch against the evening chill, and checks the black umbrella by the telephone. He places 1 white candle on the windowsill and settles down contented in the quiet home. A sudden thought cuts through the quiet room about the way you always zipped your coat before you turned to check the hallway light, and cleared your throat. The tea is steeping in the porcelain pot, the autumn rain is tapping on the glass. I sit alone and watch the minutes drop, and let them pass. We pack the china plates in yellow twine. The moving van departed in the sleet. You took the heavy dresser from the hall. I kept the chair beside the window seat. I still buy 2 potatoes at the store, forgetting for a second at the till that no one waits behind the kitchen door, and time stood still. The butter stays too hard to spread today. I watch the shadows lengthening on the wall. I whisper names that you will never hear, and let the evening fall. Did we paint the kitchen yellow when the winters here are mostly gray? I found a button in the drawer today from the coat you wore in '64. I keep forgetting you are gone and talk to empty space until the dawn. Tea leaves settle at the bottom of the cup while the neighbor brings the heavy ladder up. We made a promise that we broke in half and traded sorrow for a quiet laugh. Your old guitar sits silent in the hall with dust upon the wooden tuning pegs. I walked alone down by the river bank and watched the ferry dock against the pier. Tea leaves settle at the bottom of the cup while the neighbor brings the heavy ladder up. We made a promise that we broke in half and traded sorrow for a quiet laugh. Time moves slowly when the house is still and shadows stretch across the windowsill. I touch the place where your hand used to rest and hold the memory inside my chest. The yellow paint is peeling by the door, and I don't ask the questions anymore. The kettle whistles on the quiet stove for one who left and one who stayed behind. The weight of the chair where you sat all night long leaves a dent in the carpet that stays while you practice the words to a different sad song and throw all your letters ablaze. You are carving your name in a piece of bad oak with a pocket knife dull from the use, and you think that the fire is more than just smoke when you tighten the hangman's loose noose. Pack the suitcase tonight before midnight arrives. Leave the photograph face down beside the stoveplate. We have traded our youth for two separate lives, and the clock on the mantle grows heavy with weight. There is sugar to buy and a neighbor to greet. with your boots through the slush on the street, with no promise of grace to anoint. Tell the boy in the mirror to soften his gaze. He will learn how to laugh when the winter departs. All the bitter regrets will dissolve in a haze as the healing begins in unended small hearts. Shut the heavy front door and forget why you came. Walk away from the shadows and into the rain. Time is washing the street and erasing your name, and the chair is just wood by the window again. A buttery yellow light slants across the counter glass, tracing where the evening shadows softly pass. An older gentleman with silver in his hair pats the empty cushion on the swivel chair. He says, "Pardon me for asking, but you look a little lost, counting every penny like you're tallying the cost." I told him she had boarded on an early westbound train, leaving only silence and a ticket stub behind. He reached into his pocket for a photograph of Jane and smiled as if he understood the trouble in my mind. He said, "You never truly lose the one you had to let depart. They simply find a quieter apartment in your heart. The hurt will turn to velvet once the winter settles down, and you will learn to walk again through every street in town." He ordered 2 black coffees and a slice of apple sweet, sliding over half of it to where we had to meet. He told me 40 summers flew like sparrows in the wind since he stood upon a platform watching Mary gently grin. The hardest part is dinner when you set a single plate, but living with a ghost is just a gentle kind of fate. The waitress came and poured another cup without a sound, while neon lights outside began to flicker in the dark. The wisdom of a lifetime on a stool so neatly found left an easy warmth inside, like kindling from a spark. He said, "You never truly lose the one you had to let depart. They simply find a quieter apartment in your heart. The hurt will turn to velvet once the winter settles down, and you will learn to walk again through every street in town." The yellow glow is fading as he steps into the night. I finish up my coffee in the diner's softened light. I leave an extra $1 on the silver counter tray and step into the evening with a lighter heart today. You said yesterday the milk had turned sour, while staring deeply at the kitchen floor. We stood in silence for a quiet hour before you packed the leather case and closed the door. A single button fell from your woolen coat and rolled beneath the heavy dining chair. I found a hurried pencil-written note about the postage stamps we forgot to share. The porch light stays unlit because you caught the late train west. Your favorite woolen sweater sits untouched upon the chest. A cold spot on the mattress where your heavy shoulders pressed. I counted all the quiet hours since you got dressed. I see the teacup sitting where you left it clean, and wonder how a house can empty out so fast. The neighborhood is settling into the routine, while I am turning backward to reclaim the past. I watch the taillights vanish down the gravel road and lock the front door, carrying this heavy load. There is no one left to tell about the rain. I turn the kitchen light off and forget your name. Washed corduroy grows softer right where elbows used to lean. I run 2 fingers down the weave and watch the dust shake clean. A faded label tucked inside still shows the tailor's mark, and suddenly the parlor rug turns 40 summers dark. The attic window catches light. The cedar smell is strong and deep. A tiny thread pulls out of place and stirs the town awake from sleep. You bought that heavy winter coat in Portland by the pier. We shared a scarf between our necks to keep the freezing clear. We promised we would never count the seasons as they flew. Now hemlines fray and buttons break without a word from you. The velvet on the jewelry case has rubbed away to gray. I held your mother's silver brooch the night we drove away. The radio played slower tunes while rain began to fall, and you just smiled and leaned your cheek against the window wall. The thread is holding what it can. The afternoon is growing wide. A single scrap of checkered plaid is resting on its side. You bought that heavy winter coat in Portland by the pier. We shared a scarf between our necks to keep the freezing clear. We promised we would never count the seasons as they flew. Now hemlines fray and buttons break without a word from you. Time works just like woolens do, shrinking with the heat, turning lively afternoons into an empty street. I do not search for answers now. I fold the sleeves across, knowing every patch we wore was worth the quiet loss. I lay the cloth across my knees and let the parlor dim. The winter wind against the glass begins an evening hymn. I stroke the wool once for the road and once for Portland town, then close the lid and hear the brass latch softly clicking down.